Jake Paul has captured all of our attention on YouTube since making his shift from Vine over a year ago. He's got over 12 million subscribers already, but it wasn't easy getting there. From having a sleepover at the White House to his endless feuds with other YouTubers, here are Jake Paul controversies that have made headlines. Number 1. Jake Paul versus Elissa Violet. Jake and Elissa clearly had some sort of relationship in their videos together, but they'd never confirmed their relationship. After Elissa was kicked out of the Team 10 house, Jake claimed they in fact were together and cited Elissa's infidelity as the reason that he was kicking her out. When Jake and Team 10 dropped a YouTube diss track called It's Everyday Bro, throwing shade at Elissa Violet, a full-fledged social media war broke out. It led Elissa to finally come out with her side of the story, making countless accusations, from Jake hooking up with a string of other girls right in front of her face and using her feelings to make more money to verbally and physically abusing her.
I move in with him, sleeping in the same bed, basically together at this point, but without a title. But then he would always have girls over in front of me. He would be with me, and then he would have a girl over, and then 2 days later he'd be with me, and then we'd be together, and then we'd not be together, and then we'd fight, and I'd be pissed because he'd bring girls over. I'd hear them upstairs, like I could hear it. I could literally hear it.
Number 2. Jake Paul versus Post Malone. When Post Malone ordered Jake's merch online as a joke, he wasn't expecting his address to be exposed online. After Malone was featured in a video with longtime buddy Ethan Klein of H3H3 Productions, he went on Jake's website to order merchandise as gag gifts. Confused about Malone's intentions, Jake made it a mission to hand-deliver the goods himself.
First of all, I'm super confused. I don't know why he ordered our merchandise when he was talking smack about us. Right now, we're about to hand-deliver it to his house.
I'm sorry, but in your mind, in your world, do you see Post Malone walking around unironically in like a God Church hoodie, dude?
Jake recorded all of this taking place and exposed Malone's house and car for millions of fans to see. When asked about Malone in a recent interview at the Breakfast Club, Jake admitted that Malone wasn't too happy with the situation.
Basically, what happened was he ordered my merchandise. We brought it to his house, and he got super upset about that.
Number 3. Jake Paul versus Tessa Brooks. Fans are not happy with Jake's behavior with Tessa at all. In this video, we see Jake and Tessa playing a game with fellow Team 10 members. At first glance, it seems as though they're just goofing off and having fun. But upon further inspection, it looks like Jake violently grabs Tessa and jostles her back and forth before shoving her back. Luckily, Tessa doesn't get hurt, thanks to her boyfriend Chance Sutton, who catches her off to the side. Jake has also been verbally abusive towards Tessa, like in this instance when he mocks her laugh, saying she laughs like a walrus.
I thought that was...
Tessa, are you good? Because you laugh like a walrus all the time. It's annoying.
Yo, don't talk to my wife like that, bro.
Tessa's one of countless others who have left Team 10 in the last 12 months after being bullied by Jake Paul.
Tessa, everyone's saying that you're leaving Team 10. Are you leaving Team 10?
Wait, are we talking this like
This is a really awkward time to tell you, but yes.
Number 4. Jake Paul versus Rice Gum. It's no secret that Rice Gum and Jake don't like each other. Ever since Rice's Jake Paul diss video blew up on YouTube, he's been making more videos riding on the coattails of Jake's newfound fame. When Team 10 recently moved into a new mansion, Jake made a video tour of their new house. Unsurprisingly, Rice decided to react to the video on his channel, took a ton of digs at Jake and his new house, while constantly comparing the Team 10 house to the Clout Gang's house. But Rice took things way too far, when while making fun of the small elevator, he implied Tessa Brooks and Nick Crompton were fat.
I'm telling you, if Tessa and Nick Crompton hopped in that, it would break. I mean, it's just over capacity.
He then suggested they hang a noose in the living room, seemingly implying that Jake and Team 10 should commit suicide. In a recent video, Jake fired back at Rice Gum, accusing him of bullying and pointing out that suicide is never something to joke about.
Whether he's joking or not, he needs to be called out for these actions. This is unacceptable. Hundreds of thousands of families are affected by suicide every single year.
Number 5. Jake Paul versus Feuds Banks. In a video titled My Assistant Was Assaulted, Jake and Team 10 accused Elissa Violet's new boyfriend, Feuds Banks, of assaulting his assistant, Meg, at a club in LA called Warwick. They claimed that Meg spotted Banks making out with some girl who wasn't Elissa. When Meg was on her way back from the bathroom, he claims Banks clotheslined her and dragged her into his party space in an attempt to kiss her, leaving a nasty bruise on her neck. But Banks quickly hit back with a video of his own, claiming that beyond the fact that he was at the club at the same time as Meg, Team 10 was fabricating their story in an attempt to destroy his career and break up what he has with Elissa. Banks concluded his video by announcing he was suing Team 10 for defamation of character.
I just have to pursue this legally. I'm suing Erica Costello, Jake Paul, and their assistant Meg for slander, defamation of character, and I'm going to get those tapes. I'm going to do everything that I can to get those security tapes.
Number 6, Jake Paul versus Logan Paul. You probably know all about the crazy prank war between Logan and Jake that took place earlier in the year, when Jake pulled one of his biggest pranks to date, putting up a billboard on Melrose of Logan wearing Jake's merch. Logan had had enough. Logan fired back, posting what some are saying is the ultimate clapback, and put an end to the Paul brothers prank war. Fans were shocked when Logan posted the diss track, which involved Jake's ex, Elissa, hinting that the person Elissa cheated on Jake with was his very own brother, Logan.
His brother smashed his girlfriend.
Your brother had sex with your girlfriend? Little brother, or big brother?
Big brother. Yeah, I mean, it was a hard thing for me to deal with.
Number 7, Jake Paul versus Martinez twins. In a bombshell of a vlog posted on their channel, Team 10 members Ivan and Emilio Martinez announced that they were leaving Team 10.
We're no longer with Team 10. We're really pissed, yeah, bro. Okay? Because you're a bully.
They explained that they've decided to leave Team 10 after experiencing months of bullying at the hands of Jake and other Team 10 members. The twins recount that while they were so psyched to work with Jake Paul, they quickly realized that they had to separate themselves from Team 10 when they became the butt of most of Jake's jokes and pranks. In a response to the twins' video, Jake also made an apology video, explaining that it was never his intention to bully them and that he is still learning and growing.
First of all, I'm so sorry. Nobody should ever feel bullied. And I truly apologize for not doing a better job as a leader and as a friend.
Number 8, Jake Paul versus Dolan twins. Ethan and Grayson Dolan have quickly become two of the most well-known faces on social media. And now that they're killing the game, Jake Paul made it known that he is responsible for their success, after claiming that he made the twins' career in his book titled You Gotta Want It. In a very honest interview Ethan and Grayson did with Casper Lee, they revealed the truth once and for all.
Jake was saying that he blew us up. Him and Logan blew us up and stuff like that. Our videos weren't doing that far off from each other, to begin with. Yeah.
Grayson went further into detail about the work he and his brother did with Jake. And JP didn't necessarily pluck them out of obscurity.
It wasn't like we were just random kids who Jake found and was like, you guys, come with me, I have an idea. It was like we were all creators, and it was like that wasn't the vibe. The vibe wasn't, I'm going to blow you up.
Number 9, Jake Paul versus the Secret Service.
Literally everyone here is vlogging. They're just like, oh, we're at the White House. I'm sleeping in it, bro. I'm sleeping in it.
As if he hasn't been in enough trouble already, Jake threw himself back into hot water after being invited to the White House for a media event. In the clip titled White House Overnight Challenge, he recorded himself wandering around the president's home before splitting from the crowd. Jake managed to get past security during the event and camped out in a toilet cubicle until the early hours of the morning. Following that incident, Jake was paid a visit by, you guessed it, the Secret Service.
You realize that's a federal offense. You could actually be locked up for a criminal crime.
Number 10, Jake Paul versus Disney Channel. In a joint statement from Disney Channel and Jake Paul, it was announced that Jake was leaving Bizzardvark halfway through the second season of the show. Jake claimed he left the show because he wanted to focus on his YouTube brand and didn't want to play a teenager for the next 4 years of his life.
I am no longer going to be a part of Bizzardvark and the Disney family. I've gotten so much older in the past 2 years and matured as a person, and my brand is evolving and becoming more of an adult, and I want to play more adult roles in acting and grow in that sense.
Fans, however, aren't convinced Jake's Disney Channel exit was a mutual decision, many believing that Disney wanted to cut ties with the YouTuber because of his online behavior not aligning with Disney's child-friendly image. Number 11, Jake Paul versus neighbors. Apparently, Jake hasn't been the best neighbor in the world. Shocking, right? According to KTLA, Jake's crazy stunts were wreaking havoc in his neighborhood. One incident in particular involved Jake setting furniture on fire in his backyard swimming pool. When confronted about his antics by KTLA, it was evidence that he wasn't taking the situation very seriously, even jumping onto the back of the KTLA news van during the segment. Residents of the street filed numerous complaints with police and even threatened class action lawsuits against Jake, but when the city officials banned Jake from filming in his own house, the situation was finally calmed before escalating further. Number 12, Jake Paul versus Kazakhstan. Jake caught heat from many fans for a comment he made about a Kazakhstani fan who asked him for a picture in a daily vlog titled Self-Driving Tesla Drive-Thru Prank.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan, the region.
It sounds like you're just gonna blow someone up. Send the nuke!
Fans and critics alike blasted Jake on Twitter for stereotyping someone in this way just because they're from a foreign country. Whether it was a joke or not, it was irresponsible, considering Jake's fan base is largely made up of impressionable preteens. If you like this video, check out the YouTubers Listed playlist where we cover everything from YouTube's most hated to worst YouTube meltdowns to date. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with the weirdest, wackiest, and the most strangest list on the net.